going live on Unlisted,
All right.
and it's going to start in theory. So when it publishes, it's going to start, which doesn't really help the situation, but I'm going to,
Unlisted.
yeah. So it's not going to show up in people's feeds, but now I'm going to go to YouTube Studio and change the thumbnail.
Okay.
So hopefully when it shows up to people's feeds, it's the right thumbnail.
It's currently not saying that we're live on our channel.
Yeah, because Unlisted.
Okay.
Wait, thumbnail. Well, like we should be live when it uploads. This will probably be in it.
Word. Well, if it is, then welcome to the Cleveland Pulse YouTube channel. I'm your host, Justin Harold, and with me, as always, my co-host, Jeff Santa. Today is Christmas Eve, the 24th of December. Having a little bit of a show of, you know, what's going on for this Cleveland Browns versus the Green Bay Packers game. We're in a little bit of a moving format right now. We'll figure out later on how it turns out in terms of what's going on, but I'll redo the intro. I don't care about redoing the intro, but it is Christmas Eve, so just want to put that out there. Happy holidays to everyone. This will probably be, I guess it'll be technically uploaded after we're done, but just in case, you know, time changes and all that. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas to you all. Looking forward to this game being played tomorrow for us at 4:30 against Green Bay at Lambeau Field. Historic place to play on Christmas Day. Probably not in the best scenario for the Browns, but still kind of a nice little highlight. We know a couple people going to this game. The two people we sit next to, me and my dad at the games, are actually going there tomorrow. So that's pretty sick. But that all being said, Jeff, I know you're doing some technical stuff, but just wanted to check in and see how you're doing.
We're doing good. We are live, officially public.
Awesome.
We went minorly unlisted, and now we're live in public. So that's good. You did a great job with that intro. I cannot lie. If you're involved in the stream, we appreciate you. And if you're watching the VOD, we appreciate you too. How about tomorrow's game? What is going on in tomorrow's game? Backup kicker, Nick Harris playing? Jeez.
Lots of moving pieces going on. The Joker in the chat already. Glad to have you. Happy holidays.
Go. The Joker's lit up. Merry Christmas Eve.
Yeah, there's a lot of moving pieces. I was trying to find all of the outs, the injury report, the COVID list, because
it's a mess.
It's a huge mess, and there's no one really to go and talk about on the opposite side for the Packers, because the only people they're going to be missing is I believe their left tackle, the dude that loves to chug beers on the Milwaukee big screen, the Bucks big screens when he goes to those games. If you remember that, his pretty viral video of him and, you know, him just downing it and then pointing at Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers going like, I can't drink my beer. It's a fucking old dude. He goes on the Pat McAfee the show all the time, and I would think he's better of him, but unfortunately not. But that being said, we have a mess of injuries, COVID stuff. We are getting a lot of guys back, but we also are just still missing a lot of guys and having a lot of problems. John Johnson is officially ruled out for this game. It says Malik Jackson is questionable and Myles Garrett is questionable, but Myles this whole week has been saying he'd have to die before he misses this game. So that's that. And then we have guys coming back from the COVID list. Jarvis, Baker, Case, AJ Green, amongst others. I had a tweet pulled up here on my phone that I can't find on my lap.
If you're in chat, well, you're crazy. If you're in, we got the lady in chat. Miranda's in the chat.
Oh, Miranda!
We got Derek the boy. I can't wait. Here's the thing. You guys want me to be real off rip? Let me be real to Justin and Derek. If Derek's still listening, Ohio State student, Justin, Ohio State grad. So here's the thing. The bad thing is that if we lose this game, it's going to be sad. But if we lose this game, I just get to salivate over Ohio State wide receivers until the draft. So there's the reality right there.
We'll be doing a mock draft on Monday. Well, Zach Zachary Hunter in the chat. Can we trade for Rodgers in advance of tomorrow? Do a nice 1-for-1 swap. Baker for Rodgers. Wait, we
Zach will tell you he just does not believe in Baker Mayfield. He just doesn't.
Baker, our Lord and Savior, was franchise guy. That's probably on me, but that's hilarious. A lot of people feeling it today. I'm really glad that we have already a lot of chatters. It's very great. Happy Christmas. Merry Christmas to you all. But yeah, Jeff, a lot of moving pieces coming back for this game. Obviously, Saturday game. We're coming off of playing a Monday night game because of everything that happened. We're missing guys. New JC Tretter's out.
That's a mess.
That's the first time that I think he's going to like.
Somebody said it was the first time in 5 years he's missed a game for us, or like 6.
I don't know that it's 6, but it's definitely since he's been here. I think this is the first time that he's missed a game. It's almost like Joel Bitonio last year where he missed a game with COVID and he was like on that kind of Joe Thomas like streak.
Right.
Which is very sad, honestly. Like I feel bad for those guys when this happens, but it's everywhere right now. Like you see in the NBA and with the NFL, it's just going crazy. So with so many moving pieces for us in this game, guys are flying separately from the team and oh my God, just a full mess going on here. But Jeff, what are some of your thoughts with what's going on with this team right now?
This is the point in the season where it's just so sad that I have to say this, but it's a part of the game and it's a part of NFL and it's a part of how random the year's been. I would be so pessimistic about this game, but if you play the Packers, you're literally one of our guys stepping on Aaron Rodgers' fractured toe away from Jordan Love being in the game, and we're in like a Tyler Huntley situation. That's probably going to happen though. If Aaron Rodgers doesn't go to the blue tent tomorrow, something's up. I'm guaranteed. We've definitely lost, but they have some COVID issues too. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, I have to say that one 5 times fast, I believe is COVID list. So
Jair Alexander, I believe, is COVID list, and someone else.
Bakhtiari and Alexander are not playing.
Right.
You want to hear my underrated portion of this game is that once again, it's simple. How simple was last week? And even with the injuries, I felt like it was simple. Cover Hunter Renfrow, and of course Brian Edwards, scores the lone touchdown of the game for them, and Daniel Carson's a top 5 kicker in the league this season. All obvious things. But this week, we're putting Denzel on Devontae Adams. Simple. I'm worried about
simple and I don't want to cut you off. Simple for that, like for Devontae Adams. I
didn't say easy. I said simple, but it's like Joe Woods has a simple job this week. Down a lot of people. We're down pass rushers. Is Clowney getting off the list? No. I have the lineups if it's okay to like interrupt you really quick. I'm worried about AJ Dillon though. I'm worried about their power back. I am. I'm worried we're not going to be able to tackle him.
Yeah. So here's the negatives that I've found from Cleology on Twitter. The O-line is ravaged without Jetty, Conklin, and Treader. So we're missing 2 of the guys that, we were expecting to have for this week outside of Conklin, who has been on IR. The D-line is ravaged without Clowney, McDowell, Elliott, Tack, and with Miles banged up. Cornerback is beat up without Newsom and Hill, and then safety is beat up without John Johnson III and Ronnie. Even though you could probably take Ronnie out of the equation right now, I'll play Javonte Moffett over him at this point.
Is Delpit playing? Delpit's got to be playing.
Delpit is playing, so it'll be him and hopefully Javonte. But slightly better from last week. Obviously, you get a lot of guys on the offensive side of the ball back. You get Hooper back, you get Jarvis back, you get Baker back. Unfortunately, you won't have Kareem. But yeah, just so many moving pieces in this game. Offensively, I don't think there's going to be any snow from what I've gathered tomorrow. I need to find the weather, but I just don't know what to tell you what the game plan should be offensively, because all year long I've been questioning like what we should do most of the time. Because now we have seen that the Ravens gave all of the defenses in the league our playbook, and you saw it last week with the Raiders. Even they started to get on us in that like 8 in the box set. So I don't know, Jeff. What do you think offensively needs to be done in this game tomorrow?
Dude, I couldn't tell you. No Kareem again. Jarvis is playing, which is cool. I guess you get some rest. So you might be seeing some of the healthiest Jarvis that you see all year.
Yeah.
Just it's at the point where it's the broken record. And this is why it's been a breath of fresh air covering the Cavs. And I love doing it, but it's been super repetitive covering the Browns because it's like, can we get it? Can we get good protection with a depleted offensive line? Okay, let's just say that happens. Check. Can we get an accurate pass from our quarterback? I would say that that's plausible. You get accurate passes from Baker Mayfield all game. Can you get a catch from one of your wide receivers? Those are the three things that has to happen. It's a lot going on. And what's going to make me nervous about this game is that if we can only run to one side again, I'm going to start questioning what's going on with our running backs. I think that this year has been the story of downplayed injuries. I think Baker's injuries have been downplayed a lot, regardless if he could go out there or not. I think Chubb is probably not 100%. We know Kareem's not 100%. Jarvis has the MCL. Whatever. It's been an unlucky year, all the way down to Cody Parkey getting hurt. OTAs. It's been a mess.
That's another person.
Who is Chase that guy's name? Chris Nager. Who's kicking for us? I think his last name is Naggar.
I believe you're right on that, though. I think it is Chris Nager. Yeah, dude, it's just, I think you were going to get to the point about like running the ball to one side. How key has Jack Conklin being out been? Because like we all thought that Hans could come in and step in because he played well last year,
right?
And he played well for instances when he had to come in this year, but we haven't seen Hudson outside of the one game he got to start because he instantly he didn't instantly, but he got COVID after that and missed the last game. The last two games? The last game. He played against the Ravens the last time. So just so many COVID messing with the lineups and then injuries becoming a bigger and bigger problem. It's sad to see Takk McKinley, go out for the year. But yeah, it's just like we're talking all about the Browns and we haven't even gotten to the Packers because outside of just saying the obvious things as in Aaron Rodgers at Lambeau Field in December with Devontae Adams, it's just like a no-brainer that it should be a win for the Packers. And It's like, all right, what are all the things that three things you listed off on offense that need to go right for the Browns in order to like be competitive in this game? Because let's be honest, this game could be like one of the games we've seen earlier this year where, it's the Patriots where they blow us out, or it's the Cardinals where they blow us out.
I'm hoping not.
Or if we're somehow very, very lucky, you could see a Chargers game. And maybe you see a Chargers game where the opposite scenario comes out and we win. The Packers haven't lost, but in a while, they haven't lost in a while. But the last team they lost to, the Vikings, who just up and down all year, just kind of like us. So.
I mean, you saw it last week, though, like Baltimore with a backup, like they did not have that much trouble moving the ball. Of course, they have an elite tight end in Mark Andrews, but a team in your division, I know what you're a team in your division gives us a blueprint to win, but it's Christmas Eve. I'm giving 3 Christmas gifts to the Browns, so let's hope for it. But it's simple. Like it's not easy. It's a very difficult game. It's hard to win, and we've been doing this win-loss, which is getting my hopes up because we lost to the Raiders. Of course, we haven't lost back-to-back games since the Cardinals. But here's your 3 gifts
this season. That's my biggest thing with that statistic now.
How boring has this season been though? Going win-loss. It's so boring. But how easy are these 3 gifts if we could get the job done? You're going to 100,000 million% agree with me. Baker Mayfield, 75 to 80% completion percentage. Gift number 1. That's got to be the first gift. Gift number 2, we have a 100-yard rusher. It has to be Nick Chubb. If it's Dearness Johnson, cool, but it's probably going to be Nick Chubb. Gift 3, win the turnover battle. If we do all 3 of those things, there's still a chance that we could lose, but it's going to be a competent game. It's going to be close.
So what you're telling me is I got to start wishing for a Christmas miracle now.
Yeah. Are we wearing the 46 tomorrow? We're wearing the old?
Yeah,
jerseys?
we're wearing the 46 jerseys. what is it? It's 9:47, so we got about 2 hours and 15 minutes left before Christmas. Start
Get the
wishing for that
NORAD
Christmas
tracker.
start getting that Christmas miracle going right now. Let's go to the comments really quickly.
Comments are a mess.
Bennett coming in with the MZC tag. Packers are murdering us. Probably a likely scenario. Hopefully not. But
you know how big of underdogs we are for this game, Justin?
Give me the net or give me the plus minus.
No, take it. All right, so take a guess. We're underdogs.
I'm gonna say we're minus 17 at Lambeau.
So the minus 17. Oh, poor Justin. We got to get you educated. But so minus is the favorites. So like minus would means like you have to win by that much. You didn't hear this from me though. In the state of Ohio, just passed legislation. So the Packers are 7.5 point favorites tomorrow.
So how is that terminology like listed?
So if you play the Packers,
if they're the favorites by 7, how do you say that? How do you say that in betting terms?
The Packers are minus 7.5.
Okay, gotcha.
So if you play the Packers, they have to win by 8 to cover. But I mean, that's a lot. Like if you see like our recent games, obviously without Lamar the second, but I mean, even this, like we were favored against the Steelers. I think it might have been like a toss up against like the Cardinals. We were underdogs on the road against, but I mean, it's 7.5 is probably the biggest spread we've seen all year. Like we were home against the Raiders, but we were only 3-point dogs against them.
Yeah, I watched I watched Uncut Gems, but I didn't understand anything that was being said.
Film of the I'll tell you, Uncut Gems is film of the century. Hot take.
It was so funny to watch that movie, but yeah, I don't know a lot of that terminology, so I appreciate that. Going back to the comments really quickly, the Joker chiming in somehow, some way we have to get a quick strike touchdown to build confidence on offense. Yeah, it'd be really nice to get a lot of guys back on track. Obviously, Anthony Schwartz had his warm-up game where he didn't even he saw 13 snaps, but I don't feel like I saw him on the field at all. So then Jarvis is coming back. Hopefully he doesn't need a warm-up game. DPJ apparently still kind of warming up, but had a semi-decent game. Austin Hooper coming back. Just a lot of we have a lot of our weapons back on offense. This thing that's really nice to have. However, our offensive line, which we've talked about all year long, and how important it is to have the continuity that we had coming into this year, it's decimated. We're having guys play out of position. We don't really know who's going to be playing where tomorrow because Hance could probably play left tackle, but Joe Bitonio did a great job at left tackle. Don't really know how Michael Dunn did, so we'll have to see there. Just James Hudson is coming back. Shredder's missing the first game. We're going to see Nick Harris for the first time ever, I think.
Is Chris Hubbard, is he done? Is he done for the year? He's been done.
He's been done. Unfortunate. So, but going back, Bennett's saying, no, realistic Browns fan here probably won't happen. Cavs to the conference finals, minus 14.5. Packers minus 14.5. Packers by 8+ is a good bet. Yeah, see, all that stuff flying over my head. For minus, let me give you a perspective. Packers minus 14.5. If we were playing with the roster we played with against the Raiders, it would probably be around there. Okay. It would be the Vegas would be the Packers are probably going to win by 15. So you're telling me they're only projected to win by 7.5. So you're telling me,
but that's a lot. For this year, that's a lot in the NFL. A touchdown is how many games are decided by a kick? It's been and they're at home and they're the best team in the NFC. It's really not that much, but I would have
given them at least 10 because I thought so. Remember, last time
that's what I'm thinking though. It's probably going to be a touchdown game.
Yeah, remember how we got 3 points because we're this team's absolutely decimated and we're still somehow projected to win by 3 points.
Last week I was misunderstanding. Spencer was saying in the chat that the Raiders were favored by 3 points. So the Raiders were. So here's how much
this is confusing me.
No, but listen, I'll wrap it up into a bow for you. What was the score of that game last week?
I don't know. I just know that we lost by a point.
It was 16-14.
16-14.
The Raiders were 3-point favorites. So if you bet on the Raiders, you lost.
Wow.
The Browns covered. So that's how Vegas makes all their money because Nick Mullins is throwing to Jamarcus Bradley for the whole game, and the Browns cover because Derek Carr can't beat us by more than 3 points.
That's so gross. That's I'll stay out of that world. That's all you, Jeff. You handle that business there.
But people think Packers Packers, they think that's a good bet, honestly, because their I mean, they got one of the best defenses in the league. But I kind of like being the underdog. I'd rather be the underdog, but we haven't been like 7.5 is a lot for us. Even on the road in New England, we weren't that big. Obviously, we got blown out. It's the Cincinnati game, I think it was pretty close. And then the Steelers game, we were favored. We were at home. So Kansas City was like 4.5, 5.5. They thought Kansas City was going to win by like 6. So, and the Chargers game was close.
Yeah, I'm hoping that, it's somewhere in the ballpark of what you were going on about with getting Christmas gifts in terms of like what we need to do in order to win this game. I would really like to see us win the turnover battle, but more importantly, turn those turnovers into points each time. Obviously, in this past game, I think we scored a touchdown when we got the first turnover. But then, we get the second turnover and we're in a late game situation and we're playing conservative. We run the ball 3 times, don't get a first down. And they end up going and scoring a field goal to win the game. And that's that. But it's hard to think that Aaron Rodgers will make more than one mistake against us, especially with, a depleted backfield and not even a healthy Myles Garrett, amongst Takk McKinley and Jadeveon Clowney being out. So honestly, like us being underdogs is probably an understatement because I feel like the only likelihood that this is a enjoyable game to watch is if it's like the Chargers game and we're somehow going back and forth scoring points. We would have to be like the Chargers in that case where we're just like somehow scoring the luckiest touchdowns. Like somehow guys are just open downfield 40 yards with no one around them. But I don't know. We haven't seen a whole lot of that from our offense this year. I mean, we saw DPJ's had our 2 longest, touchdown catches all year long. And, one's off of a good route with Cincinnati. And then one's just a miracle that somehow we didn't get pass interference in the end zone on a Hail Mary in the Cardinals game. So I don't know. We're going to come back.
That's what's been frustrating though. It's like, I see the argument of, and I'll make the argument too, like this offense is totally different from the offense last year. And granted, to this point, I don't think the Chiefs defense was playing great football. And I don't think the Chargers defense was playing good football, but it's like, we've seen them do this. Where is the 40 bomb in LA? Like, are we ever getting that again? I'm curious about not just the generic play calling, but, and it really was last week too. And it's just unfortunate that we don't have our full coaching staff. We don't have our full complement of players because last week really was the season, but it's like, you're done if you lose this game. You're probably done. You're probably done kind of like anyway, but it's like, where's the creativity? Do we see a fake? Do we see a fake punt? Do we see a fake field goal? Whatever. There's some wrinkle in the offense where it's like, we're selling to win this game. And if it backfires, like, oh, well, like they'll just blow us out anyway type of game.
Yeah, we're corner dogs at this point. I mean, like you have to break out every single trick in the bag at this point because there's no more holding back. Like legit, I know we said last week was like, you can't lose this game last week, but that's because we came into this game assuming that we were going to lose. I'm sure like when we come to make our predictions, I don't know what we're going to say, to be honest, but like we came into this game with very little hope. I still have very little hope. I'm hoping for a Christmas miracle, which tells you how much faith I have in this team right now to go beat an 11-3 Packers team at home in the middle of December with Aaron Rodgers. Like if Jeff's not wrong and somehow Aaron Rodgers does leave the game because of his toe, that would be a miracle in itself to watch Jordan Love trot out onto the field and hopefully blow a game. But I don't know. It's tough. I feel like defensively, I can't ask this team to do anything extraordinary like they have been for the past couple of weeks, holding teams to under 20 against Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, Aaron Jones, and AJ Dillon. Like they have so much going for them right now that. But who knows? I mean,
I like being desperate though. We're desperate. We're the more desperate team. Finally, in a while, it felt like the Raiders game probably evenly desperate without even COVID. Let's just say if it was full health, it was like they needed to win that game too for their season. The Ravens, the divisional games are equally desperate. But what's sad about this, because I'm in and we haven't been in it because it's been just a rocky year. I'm in the prediction ebook.
Oh, goodness.
And we both have us losing, which you knew that. Yep. I have Denzel Ward being the key player to watch, 100%. Still would totally agree with that. Your first bullet point epitomizes the season for me, though. Oh, your first key to the game. Chubb and Hunt will need to eclipse 200 rushing yards. That's not even thinkable.
I was assuming that we were going to be playing in like a snow-filled Lambeau Field, like.
But I mean, can you imagine our offense having 200 rushing yards in the state it's in? I would be like, whoa. If Chubb ran for like 150 and Dearness ran for 50 tomorrow, I'd be like, holy moly, we're probably going to win. But like Hunt, it's just been a tale of unfortunate events for our Cleveland Browns.
Right. What are my other 2 points there, Jeff?
Your other 2 points are, dude, this is so funny because we wrote this last edited. It says at the top, last edited. Hold on. What am I doing? Why am I saying this? I could just screen this. I could just share it. Last edited September 10th.
Goodness.
So it hasn't been changed. This second bullet point's hilarious. Browns receivers need to secure passes, but it's for bad weather. And Browns defense needs to limit Adams and Rodgers combo, obviously.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the Browns stats from this year. We've only rushed for over 200 yards twice, once against the Chicago Bears and once against the Los Angeles Chargers, which was that, big explosive game of points where it was 40-something to 40-something, I think 42 to 48 or something like that.
Your first sentence is, sorry, Browns fans, but with Aaron Rodgers supposedly playing his final season in Green Bay, there isn't a chance we win this game.
I'm telling you, I don't know what I'm going to say when we go to these predictions because I have to predict us to win in order to keep the faith alive. But oh goodness,
no way.
The Chargers game, we let up 493 yards passing, and then the New England game, we let up 452 yards passing. So somehow, the game where we let up the most passing yards, we still were within a score. But it's tough, Jeff. I don't really know what to get into about this anymore because I feel like we've stated it all. Baker Mayfield gets a week to get healthy again. He played a semi-decent game against the Ravens the last time. He had a nice, little break. Don't think it was anything crazy, but still solid enough to just pull out the victory. So hopefully that's the case. Hopefully I guess it's just hopefully he's just as solid enough to get through this game. But.
No, but I'm optimistic because, and I think me and you have been waiting on it. I've been waiting on it. There's some arguments where you could make, but I am waiting for Baker Mayfield, injuries and everything, but now he has the week of rest to definitively play better than the other team's quarterback. And I think if there's the time to do it, to do it's now. If he plays better than Aaron Rodgers, that's a big tick to the resume. I'm not expecting 4 touchdowns, but if he could throw 3 to 4 touchdowns, similar to the Chargers game in essence, back and forth, and really be okay, better completion percentage, more touchdowns, no turnovers. Aaron Rodgers throws a pick, better QBR, and we win the game. I wouldn't even know what to do. We're going into we're playing at Heinz next week with a chance of the season on the line. And if we could get something, but we're at the point though. We're at the point we didn't want to get to. It's all help. We need the Bengals to win this week, and we need Kansas City to win this week shorthanded. So we're in that position. Yeah.
I don't know. Is that really the fact that we need Kansas? We absolutely need Kansas City to win. I know we'd like for them to win, but I know that, if we won this game, I feel like we'd be back a little bit.
The Steelers' AFC record is going to be better than us if they win this week.
But I guess it doesn't matter, though, because we would technically still – I think we're the only team left in the division. I have to look this up. I think we're the only team left in the division that has a chance to sweep a divisional opponent, which would mean that we would have a better divisional record at the end, which is the most important thing.
I think the Steelers and Ravens haven't played twice though.
No, all right. So there's
the Steelers have a chance to sweep the Ravens.
Everyone's at 4 games right now. So, oh yeah, there's a lot going on.
The Ravens and Bengals are no, because the Bengals can sweep the Ravens this week.
Jeff, don't want to cut you off, but I also want to tell your girlfriend not to mention the lures here. The lures, but
I can't wait till Big Ben retires and we'll have to play Aaron Rodgers in the black and gold twice a year.
Please don't say that. Please don't will that into existence. We need to will the Christmas miracle of the Browns beating the Packers into existence. All right, Jeff. I think it's time. I think we got to call it here. What is the score prediction for this game? What is the thought process going in your mind? Something tells me I want to go just absolutely nuts and put like a 30 to 30 point game somewhere in the 30s, but I don't know. You have a score?
We suck at these. We're not good at them.
No, we're not. We're really bad. I think
it's tough. It's way easier to do NBA than this.
Yeah, I think I had one really close prediction. I think
I said last week was going to be 6-0 Browns. It's close. I mean, it was only 16-14.
I can't believe I'm going to project us scoring 30 points, but
no,
I'm going to go 30-27 Browns.
30-27.
I'm going to say Crosby misses field goals all day.
He's not very good.
He's been very bad this season.
I'm going to say Browns lose, and in typical Browns fashion, I'm going to say some nuts play is going to happen. It's going to be like fourth quarter
Hail Mary from Aaron Rodgers.
No, our defense is running a pick back, and then they strip it from us and we fumble, and then they get it back and their offense picks it up and runs the other way. And then it's a mess. But I'm expecting another heartbreak. But it's a Saturday game. I see it advertised everywhere. I know it's going to be highly wagered upon. It's basically our season. Green Bay really is negligible. If they win, of course, you're probably going to clinch the 1 seed. So it's a big game for them too. But if we have to win, you're going to have other games in the AFC going on Sunday. So, man, I'm expecting to either be done watching after 15 minutes, or I'm expecting total heartbreak. Either way.
That's rough. Well, like we said, it is Christmas Eve. It's 10 o'clock. You still got 2 hours to start praying for a Christmas miracle. I guess you can go all day tomorrow and pray for a Christmas miracle.
That's only at 4. Right? It's 4:25, right?
4:30. 4:30 tomorrow at Lambeau Field.
I wish the Cavs were playing tomorrow, dude.
We both do. They'll be playing the day after, the 26th, I believe, against the Toronto Raptors. So that being said, everyone, thank you very much for tuning in. If you made it here for the live stream, we appreciate it. If you're watching the VOD, we appreciate that too. Make sure that you guys are subscribing and hitting the bell notification so that when we do go live, you guys get that notification. Leave a like, leave comments. We want to hear your guys' thoughts. Let us know what you guys get for Christmas. What you guys got for some Christmas presents? I got a nice little Christmas Eve present.
Those jerseys are clean.
Nice little Jeremiah Owosu Karamoa. Love it. My joke jersey that I wanted since we drafted him, but I knew this was going to be a Christmas gift all along. So yeah, hopefully you guys get some nice Christmas gifts. Hopefully we all get the Christmas gift of the Browns beating the Packers. But with that being said,